everyone, what's up? I'll be talking about another slave exploitation movie. And this week I got three more movies I'm going to talk about Fred Williamson's Black Western Cowboy collection. I was trying to get Joshua in my collection, but it was too late. But I had the other three, so be aware this weekend. The three movies called Legend of Nigga Charlie, of Nigga Charlie, and I just found out in my DVD collection I have Boston Nigga, by the way. So if you just know that I use the N word, so if you guys are sensitive, do not watch these videos. You're welcome to unsubscribe. I don't give a fuck because when I talk about something, I talk, and I don't hold nothing back for nobody this time. Unless if it goes with the movie. But let me just say this movie Drum, 1976, and they used the N word a lot in this movie. So let me give you fair warning. The movie's about, it has like a prelogue story about a woman and she's like a slave owner in Cuba. She made love with a slave. She ended up getting pregnant with a black child named Drum. So her and this black maid in Cuba moved to New Orleans. She started her life over there, and her son grew up. But the son never knew that his mother is actually a white woman. He never knew. He thought his mother was black, raised by the maid. So suddenly he has an encounter with another slave owner. He was like a gay slave owner, and they give him a reward of having a black woman on his own, since he won the fight against Yapin Koto's character, by the way. And then when Drum was making love with this black woman, the gay slave owner trying to like molest him, like he wants to get a piece of him, and then Drum just knocked him out. He got mad. So later on, I think, if I'm correct, I think the slave owner of Drum, the woman who happens to be his mother anyway, his real mother, decided to sell him to another slave owner, played by Warren Oates. Rest in peace. I think he passed away years ago. Great actor, by the way. I liked a lot of his movies. I remember growing up watching him a lot. So now his friend that he fought, played by Yapikoto Blaze, I think they call him Blaze or something. They got to the plantation with another black slave, female, played by Pam Grier. Yes, the legendary Pam Grier. And so they're in the plantation, working around the plantation, and the new slave owner, Warren Oates, have a love interest. A white woman was introduced by Drum's real mother, so she ended up staying with the slave owner in the new plantation. And you have like conflict between the white woman and Oates' character. And you also have Owen Oates' character's daughter, the slave owner's daughter, who's a real bitch. She likes to play with black guys, you know what I mean. And as the story developed, the white daughter ended up playing with Yapin Koto's character, Blaze, and then Drum caught them, and then he told the white slave owner's daughter, "Get out of here, leave." And the daughter was trying to play with Drum, and there was a black maid that was able to stop her from playing with black guys. It's crazy, man. I won't fast forward the story. As the story progressed, you got your drama talking. You got the white slave owner want to have sex with his black maid, played by Pam Grier, and the white woman got jealous, and then you get to as the story progressed, like I said, we'll get to this party scene with the white slave owner having this big party. Yapin Koto's character, the white male slave owner, found out that that the white daughter was playing with black guys, and the white daughter was lying to her father, saying that Yapin Koto character Blaze trying to like play with her, that he started, but really it was the bitch daughter that started it. But the slave owner didn't want to believe it, so he chained him up. He's going to castrate him later, So while they was having this party, Drum comes in, kind of like free Yapin Koto's character a little bit. He broke in the chain, and Yapin Koto's character really free other slaves and telling the slaves to revolt, And then you get slaves like burning the house down, killing the white man, molesting white women, while Drum is trying to talk to Yapin Koto's character. He's trying to tell him to stop it, stop it, you got to stop it. And then the gay slave owner comes out with a gun and shot the Yapin Koto's character Blaze, and then Drum got mad and he ripped the gay guy's dick off, pretty much. You don't see it in detail, but you can just tell he was ripping his dick off, the gay slave owner. And then Owen Oates' character, the slave owner of the house, and his woman, the white woman, and Drum went inside the barnyard while the slaves wreaking havoc, and then the white men and their horses come in as backup, shot the rest of the slaves for revolting, and one of those characters starts telling Drum, I want you to get out, leave. If you don't leave, I will have to kill you. And he said to free him. There was one of the scenes in this movie was kind of like crazy. It was like he's telling Drum, how come you don't talk niggerish enough? Because he could tell that Drum was educated, but he was like he was wondering where you get your education from, like in a way. And Drum say that, no, I'm not educated, But he knew something was wrong, but he knew Drum was educated, but he just didn't figure it out yet. And he keeps on telling him, "What are you showing niggerish enough? Don't call me Mister, call me Master." You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so Drum kind of play around with his mind, like pretend that he's dumb, but Drum's really smart anyway. But oh no, this movie was really good. If you like Mandingo, you definitely will love Drum. And by the way, there was another movie I mentioned. I think I mentioned in Passion Plantation review about the movie Mandinga, which is the female Mandingo. I was checking some stills of that movie, and guess what? I did have that movie years ago on video cassette. And let me just say, Mandinga. Um, that movie is not all that. It's just another sex exploitation movie, kind of like Passion Plantation, but Mandinga had more sex scenes in it. And you know what? I threw that video cassette away in the garbage because I thought the movie was stupid. It wasn't like slave exploitation. It was more like sex exploitation. And it had no good story or good acting in the movie. It was just plain dumb. But if you want to see a slave exploitation that movie, that's good. But you know what? Just don't take it the wrong way, by the way, if you know what I mean. But check out Mandingo, Drum, and of course check out the Roots TV series. That's really good. Anyway, peace, guys. See you later.